Well, it's been a hot minute and it feels kind of strange sitting here talking to the camera. Lots going on, lots and lots. So obviously, do you know what? I don't even know the last video that I uploaded. Could have been the house, could have been, I don't even know what it was. I think it was when me and Jeff started eating healthily, and I'll just tell you very briefly about that because I know you want to know how Megan is. So we started eating healthily and then we lost, between us, I think Jeff lost about £9 in that first week and I lost 4. Then it all went tits up. Not gonna lie, no beating around the bush there. So for those of you that don't know, I think it was a week last Sunday. Yeah, a week last Sunday, we had a phone call to say that Megan was on her way to A&E. I mean, as you can imagine, as a parent, it's your absolute worst nightmare. We knew that she hadn't been feeling great, and she's told me that I'm okay to tell you exactly what it was. So she had the coil fitted the Monday before, was prepared for a little bit of discomfort, and it obviously went a lot further than that. So it's crazy to think that from that tiny little device, she's had so many things go wrong for her, bless her. So for the first couple of days, she was in a bit of discomfort, as she kind of expected. And then the 4th day or the 3rd day, she started to get quite a bit of pain, persevered because she got quite a high pain threshold. So she was like, oh, it's just, all part of it. Then she started to get temperatures. And then by the Saturday, because she left it this long, purely because she thought it was all part of having the coil fitted. And she just thought this was how she was meant to feel. So on the Saturday then, she started vomiting. And then the Sunday morning, she still was vomiting. Saturday evening it wasn't all day. In the evening, she started vomiting. Then the Sunday morning, she was still vomiting. And then at that point, her boyfriend said, we need to go to A&E now. So he phoned 111 and do you know what? I've got to say, you can probably tell because I probably made it the title of the video because that is my intention as I sit here and tell you this now. He rang ahead. 111 then gave him a time slot to go to the gynecology department, or no, not there, sorry, A&E. Went to A&E, she was waiting 15 minutes and in they went. It was, I mean, I know you can't judge everywhere by the times because I suppose they do it based on what they're seeing in front of them. But we've been to A&E before and it's never ever been that quick. And I know there's so much pressure on the NHS at the moment. I was absolutely gobsmacked. I think we all were. And from the start that she's been in that hospital, they've been absolutely phenomenal. Couldn't have asked for any more. They've been brilliant. And I know it's a hospital and that's what they're meant to do, but absolutely outstanding. The care has been amazing. The people have been amazing. And she is absolutely fine. She's still in hospital now. This is 10, 11 days later and she's still there, bless her. So what happened then, they removed the coil and treated her for sepsis. And obviously we're in Wales. She was in university. She's in High Wycombe. So the travel down there, oh, it's just a nightmare. It was awful being so far away. And I know she's a grown-up, but your children will always be your children and you're always going to feel like this about them, aren't you? So when we got there, she was in and out of sleep. It was awful. It was awful to see, and I can't imagine what she was going through. But they, like I say, they took the coil out. They were just waiting whether they needed to admit her. Came back in, decided yes, they would need to admit her because the infection was quite bad. Took her in. And then by I think it was the Wednesday of last week, so it's a week ago, they wanted to wait. She hadn't had a temperature for a few hours, and they said that if she gets another one, they're going to do an abdominal CT scan. just to see what's going on there. And they were going to wait for the next spike in temperature and do it then. But then I think there was a bit of confusion between what one person wanted and the other. They sent her anyway, which was lucky they did, really, because it came back when she'd had the results from the CT, the abdominal CT, that she had an abscess on her kidneys. So they obviously couldn't guarantee that it was caused because of the coil, but they said that she's young, she's fit, she's healthy. There was no other reason for her to have this abscess on her kidneys, because it is caused by infection. So obviously they don't know exactly where it's come from, but it seems as though it's come from this infection. And yeah, so she is in still now because they're using IV antibiotics to get through her system faster. They want her to finish the course, so she's going to be in for longer again. But like I say, she couldn't be in better hands. I mean, the hardest thing for me and for Jeff, because he's still down there. So I was down there for all of last week, and I came home on... When did I come home? Sunday, ready for work, because I've only just started a new job, and they have been amazing as well. I mean, I'm so lucky that they're... Well, not so lucky that they're a family company, because I'm sure anybody would have been as understanding as they have been. But I'm really lucky in the sense that they were really, really accommodating. Take as much time as you need. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I stayed there for last week. I think I came back for one day. It's all a blur. I did, because Tasha came with me and I brought her home, took Jeff back down there, and then he came home on the weekend. I stayed. He came home on Friday, and then I stayed until Sunday, and then he came back down on Sunday, brought the girls down, and then we did a bit of a swap. So the girls stayed for the day, saw Megs, and then me and the girls came back. He stayed there, so he's still there now. And yeah, I'm going back down on Friday so I can see her for the weekend. And I've got my works doing amongst all this. And I was going to say, you know, nah, we'll give that a miss. But it's just one day. It's one day. So we're going to go... I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, so there's that. And the main thing is for me, we looked into transferring it back here, but it ended up, there was going to, because it's NHS Wales, NHS England, there was going to be lots of sort of paperwork and, you know, dot the I's, cross the T's and all that malarkey. But I think we decided, or the doctors decided, that they'd rather have her there and see out the course of antibiotics before releasing her. So that's absolutely fine. I mean, all you want is for her to get better as a parent. You just want your child to get better. So if that's where she needs to stay, then that's where she needs to stay. And that is where she is staying. So she's fine. And thank you all for your lovely message. I've had messages. It's been, honestly, you've all been absolutely amazing. So thank you so, so much for your concern and your lovely messages. I did show them to her. Did I? I don't know if I did. I might have read them to her. I did read them to her. And it's such a lovely community. Honestly, this YouTube community is such a lovely community, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. I really am. Which brings me to my next thing. So I obviously have been literally all over the place with my food. And it's going to be the last thing on your mind, of course it is. But even before that, happened, I'm not going to, you know, deny anything, because I've been shockingly bad. And I mean, really bad. I don't want to say shockingly bad. I just have not done any kind of anything. I've done nothing. So I've not done any kind of plan, any kind of sticking to anything, or even been mindful or healthy or anything. It's just been, I was lucky enough that my friend lives 25 minutes from the hospital. So I was staying with her, and she cooks lovely meals, and I had some lovely meals. Hang on, my dog needs to come in. I'll be back. And then, of course, there were a few nights that it was just going to be takeaway food. So it was chips, and I think I had chips twice. But, you know, it wasn't, like I say, it wasn't even just because of this. I'm not using it as an excuse at all, because, like I say, even since before going away to the Philippines, I was not great. And it's made me realise when I stepped on that scales the other day, oh shit, it said, actually said that. It didn't, obviously. Yeah, so I thought, do you know what? I need to do something. So I have decided to go back to NutriCheck, and I signed up for it today because I don't want to be I can see that scales creeping up and up and up. What I don't want, and it's not the be all and end all, and this is what concerns me. I feel like when I do food diaries on YouTube, as I always did daily, it kind of consumed me. So I'm going to try not to let it, but at the same time, I don't even know what to do for the best. I really don't know what to do for the best at this moment in time. So I'm not very inspiring, even though I know where I want to be and where I don't want to be. I know I need to do something about it. This is just going to be me getting back into the swing of things. I'm sat here now with my melon, like quite a large melon as well. It looks even bigger there because it's right by my face. But I'm just trying to make better choices, healthier choices. And I think I've kind of realised, well, I knew it all along. And I follow the Mindful Chef on Instagram. Is it the Mindful Chef? He's amazing. I love him. The way that he words things is just brilliant. And he's quite funny too. And he talks a lot of sense, and we all know what we need to do. We know what and I've had this conversation a million times with myself and probably with my camera. We know what we need to do. It's just getting motivated enough or getting in the right headspace to be able to do it. And that is my downfall. And I toyed with the idea of going back to Slimming World. I did. And I thought, it is where I lost my most amount of weight, is through Slimming World. And the reason I opted to not do that is because I want something that I can do forever that is not going to cost me a lot. And that might sound really stingy. I just want something that I can incorporate into my daily life. And I know you can do that with Slimming World, but what I'm trying to say is, without spending, I don't even know at the moment what I'm trying to say. But I just want it to slot in, and I'm slowly getting my head back into telling myself that I can fill up on fruit instead of having a biscuit and things like this, because there's biscuit tins in work in the office and things like that. And I went to it today and I thought, no, you don't need it. You don't want it. Why are you having it just for the sake of it? I just had a beautiful, I don't know whether I will have put it before, will I have put it after, what I will have done with it, but I just had a lovely focaccia bread sandwich thing, tuna with loads of salad inside, you know, lettuce, whatever inside it. And it was so nice. I thought, I'm going to have another one. And I thought, why am I having another one? I don't need it just because it's nice. And this is, it's recognising the things that I do repeatedly and changing them. And that's what I need to do now. So now I've talked your ear off, I want to say thank you again for all of your amazing support. You have been absolutely outstanding. You really, really have. And I can't even tell you how much it means to me. It means, I said I can't tell you, then I'm going to tell you. Anyway, it means so much. It really, really does. And I'm just really, really grateful for everybody for being here, for sticking around, because I'm aware that I've not uploaded for a long time, and there's obviously reasons for that. And these things happen. And did I go off the rails? Hell yes, I did. Am I now going to try and do something about it? Of course I am. And I don't know at the moment whether I'd be going back to daily uploads, because obviously there's still lots going on. but I'm going to probably do my damnedest. And as much as I say it consumes me, I think that if I'm doing what or trying to do this, then I actually need it to keep me in focus and keep me in check, because otherwise I clearly do go off the rails. I haven't weighed officially because I wasn't here until Sunday evening, and I thought there's no way I'm getting on that scale on Sunday night. So I'm going to weigh on a Saturday as I used to. Oh, but then I'm not going to be here on Saturday. Maybe I'll just weigh Friday this week, and then I'll do it on the Saturday the week after. What will be, will be. I'll keep you updated. But that is where I'm at. In terms of giving up everything and wanting to travel the world, has that changed? No, it has not. I still want to do that. Of course I do. But, you know, it is what it is at the moment. We need finance things, no money to do that and to be able to do that. So here we are, chipping away with everything, with health and food and life in general. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.